Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Today we're going to make these little spooky ghost earrings. So as you can see, I've got already one finished. So we need to make the other one. And the things that you're going to need are some type of a white flat bead. I have this round disc that's mother of pearl. And I also, for the eyes, those of you who are into diamond painting probably have a lot of these left over. Just dig around in your stash to try to find some eyes that you liked. I chose the green ones, but you could choose whatever color you want. Now, those of you who do not do any diamond painting, you can buy sequins. I think they have some of them in the jewelry department, but the small ones I think are in the sewing department. Not 100% sure about that, but you can find them at your craft store, or I think even Walmart might have them. And you're going to need 5 head pins and an ear wire and an eye pin. And I just made this eye pin out of some scrap wire that I was using for another project, and then some seed beads. And I have bugle beads and little bitty silver seed beads and these kind of translucent white ones, and I just did a variety of them. So for the face, I'm going to use these mother of pearl flat discs. The hole goes through this way, and I'm just going to only do eyes. And I have a lot of diamond painting little sequins left. And so I picked out some green, little green ones for the eyes. And I am going to turn them upside down here, if I can. The right side up, I turn them right side up, that's right. Anyway, I'm going to use some E6000 glue, and I always have to use a pair of pliers to open it. My fingers are just too weak, and I can't grab a hold of that very well. All right, so I'm going to get a little dab of glue, quickly put the top on it. And I got my trusty toothpick here. And basically what I'm going to do, I got my diamond painting pen with the wax on it already. I'm just going to pick it up. And I'm going to put the glue on the bead where I want the eye. And then I'm going to carefully put the sequin there. And then do the same thing with the other eye. And then I'm going to let this dry for at least 20 minutes. It may be quite a bit more than that, but I want to make sure it is dry and cured. Ooh, there we go. He's going to have pretty eyes. Ooh. By the way, when you do this, the reason I was showing you where the holes were, you want to make sure that the hole is where you want the eyes. In fact, I'm going to have to move the eyes a little bit over. There. See how, I don't know if you can see the hole there. You don't want the hole over here. His eyes would be sideways. So make sure you got the hole in the right direction. And let's let him dry. Now once your eyes are dried, and these have been drying probably for about a half hour or so. Once I get them all completely made, I'm going to let them set for 24 hours just to let them cure. But I have that. I got my beads and all my things that I need, and I'm going to be using round nose pliers and some regular pliers and some flush cutters. You can use bent nose pliers, flat nose pliers, any needle nose pliers, any of those type things. I've got flat nose pliers that I'm using. All right, so I'm going to pour my beads out on my cloth because I just find it easier to put them on my head pin. You can put them in your hand. But I started out, I've got 5 of these, and they're all different and different sizes, which is, a variety here. I've got one that's all bugle beads, one that's all white, one that's all silver, and then I did a variegation of the silver and the white on 2 of them. The pattern I did on this one was 1 silver, 2 white, 1 silver, 2 white. And then on this one I did 2 silver, 1 white, 2 silver, 1 white, and so forth. All right, let me set that aside, and I'm going to just start with the white beads and just thread them on here like this, and I will finish off with all the other strands, and I will be back. I don't want to bore you with me just putting beads on head pins. So as I edit my video, and you will notice this in the frames to come, I get out of the frame there. I hate when I do that. So I am going to show you right now what I'm doing that you can't see, and then you can get an idea of how to put these earrings together. Anyway, I am making what's called just a simple loop. So I have all my beads on my head pin here, and I take my flat nose pliers and I just bend it over like this, and I usually like to use my finger as a guide on how long I want this part, and I will clip off like that, okay? Now, you want to make sure you hold that. I didn't hold that, and it did go flying across the room, but I'm the only one here, so I don't have to worry about somebody getting their eye poked out by a flying wire, but you really do need to watch that. I usually put it down like this and clip it. Anyway, so once you get to this point, you're going to take your round nose pliers and you're just going to roll a loop like this. And then you can adjust it as needed. This one's a little opened. Normally, though, I don't worry about that until I actually put it where it's going, and then I can adjust this to close as needed. Sometimes I may have to come in and go like this and squeeze there like that. But that is how you make a simple loop, and I'm sorry I'm out of the frame, but I hope you stick with me because I show how to put these together, and they're really fun earrings. Once you have all your beads on your individual head pins, this is where your pliers are going to come in handy. And I just made a simple loop like so. And when you do make your loop, you want to make sure it is closed, because if you don't, these tiny seed beads, like I don't have it closed all the way here, they will feed up over that loop. See how they're kind of doing that? And you will lose your beads. And not only that, your strands will just fall apart and they won't stay on the earring itself. So you want to make sure these are definitely closed all the way. Okay, let me finish with the rest of these. All right, have everybody strung up, looped up, closed up. Now we're going to assemble. So I have my little ghost face, and I'm going to put my eye pin in there. And then I want a pretty good size loop because I'm going to put all these strands on there. Basically, you do it the same way as you would any other loop. And I'm going to leave, usually I use my finger as a guide and I would clip that off, but like I said, I want a bigger loop. So I've got my bigger loop there. And we're going to open it up. Put all these guys on there, and it doesn't matter what order you put them in because they're going to dangle and you're not going to be able to tell where they really are. And then again, you need to make sure that see how it's kind of open there? I don't want that because these guys will fall off. So make sure it is closed really, really well. Now, I have his eyes a little crooked, but that's okay. And now to put the ear wire on. And you don't really need to make sure of which direction you're putting the ghost onto the ear wire because he's going to spin around. See, he spins around, so it doesn't really matter. And there we go. We got our ghost earrings. Aren't they fun and spooky? He's a little off-kiltered, but that's okay. They're going to be wiggling around so much, you're not even going to really notice that. These have a really lot of fun movement. And, you know, if you wanted them bigger, if you didn't mind them being bigger, and you wanted to had a little bit more secure than just the regular loops, you could do the wire wrapping loops. I didn't want to do that just because it would have made it a lot longer. And more than likely, I'm trying to think, you may or may not need jump rings for those, just depend on how you put it together. Anyway, what do you think of my ghosts? Thanks for joining me, and you all have a wonderful day today. This is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.